This is a very small part of a deeply tragic story. On Thursday, the 2nd of October, there was a terror attack against the Jewish community in Manchester by a coward. The attacker shared a name, and nothing more, with my dad. Today on Nick Ferrari, Shabana Mahmood, Home Secretary of the UK, said this.
Attacker has been named as Jihad al-Shami. That obviously has been translated to Struggle of the Syrian. What do the authorities take from that name?
Oh, well, I mean, I was very surprised to discover that name myself. Actually, as a Muslim, I've never heard someone being called Jihad, but it is the name that he was born with.
To me, there are two possibilities here. One, that is a lie. It is also a dumb lie in that it serves no purpose other than to distance yourself as a Muslim from the actions of a lunatic. I can almost understand that instinct. Two, that is true. Shabana Mahmood has never, not just met, but heard of someone named Jihad, which would be a problem, because as a public official, it might be useful to hold in your head the knowledge that your very specific experiences of religion, education, work, relationships are not universal. There are two Arab heritage MPs from Iraq and Yemen. Ask them, Shabana. You might surprise yourself. I'm Irish and Lebanese. I know a handful of people named Jihad. I know many people named Connor. I was raised a sort of cultural Catholic. Shabana Mahmood's statement would be like me saying, as an Irish Catholic, I've never heard of someone being called Prudencio, Blessing, Agnieszka. If that were true, consider that a failure on my part. Not just because of a lackluster social circle, but also the failure to show any curiosity about the world around me. If it were a lie, consider why I would lie about that. What am I emitting through my emissions? What does that say about those names and those cultures from which they emerge? Maybe Shabana, whose name remains uniquely popular in Pakistan and in South Asian communities, maybe choose this moment to rail against identifying Islam and Muslims as some sort of cultural monolith, or any group for that matter. Talk about the very obvious and present danger, which you're currently dealing with the fallout of deliberately conflating a religious group made up of millions of people around the world with a specific political movement. Talk about how the people who peddle those ideas are at least partly responsible for a man thinking that murdering Jewish people in Manchester is in any way the same as protesting or even resisting a genocide. Or just read a fucking book.